All right, we're gonna do another video with Summer, the golden retriever here. Main thing I'm working on now is just walking her nicely on a loose leash. Hey, go on. And I want her to go into a down while we're walking. She's kind of wound up. She wants to go play with Ruger, but she's gonna have to finish her lesson before there's any playing. So let's see how she does. Heel. Down. Good. Heel. Down. Good girl. Good girl. Heel. So a lot of what I'm doing here is when you first start this, it's going to be very frustrating. The dog's going to be wanting to go all over the place. When I tell them down, when I tell her down, I want her to go down right by my feet. I don't want her down here or out there or over here or behind me. I want her right there. So it's a lot of trial and error at first. When they do go down in the right spot, you make sure to tell them good. If they start to go down in the wrong spot, then you just start walking again and you ignore that. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Okay. Now I also have the remote collar on her, so if she starts to get too distracted with Ruger or wanting to play, then I'll just vibrate her collar, get her attention back on me, and continue working. Down. Good. Now right there, I had to give her a little bit of a pop on the leash because she kept going forward before she went in the down, but nothing drastic. Down. Good. Heel. So when you do this, when we get to this stage, you want to have some distractions around you. Which, another dog chewing on its stick or running around is the perfect distraction. And having her also listen and obey the command when I say down. Down. Good. And you notice I'm not saying it loud. I'm not saying it, yelling it at her. I'm staying calm. Calmer I stay, the easier it is for the dog to stay calm. Stay. Normally she would have been out the end of this leash, pulling with everything she has, trying to wrestle with Ruger. But now she understands when I say down, I mean down. Heel. Still a little bit of jumpiness and skittishness you saw right there when we first started going. But she stayed to my left-hand side. Heel. Good. So even with Ruger moving with us, she's staying true. The nose pointed in the right direction. She's not pulling toward him. We need to come out here after this video and pick up some dog poop. You guys are messy. But all this is just practice and repetition. And when you first start out and it's frustrating and they're not listening, just cut the session short. Just keep it at 5-10 minutes. Don't get frustrated and start yelling. Just put them away, regroup, just like anything else when you're doing a job, struggling with something. Sometimes you just gotta put it down for a little bit, come back at it again later when you're in a better frame of mind. Heel. But when you're in a better frame of mind and you're more calm, it makes a world of difference with the dog. And she's very calm too. She's not worried about me screaming or hollering or flipping out or yanking on the leash. Down. Good. Good. Heel. Heel. Good. So I always teach the dogs to heel on the left. Heel. Some people like it on the right, some people like it on the left. A lot of times though, the average person is right-handed. They want to pull out their phone and look at something while they're walking their dog, then they have the right-handed. Most people are right-handed. So there's a little bit of convenience to that. But I also just like them on the left. For one, when I'm walking them down the sidewalk, I'm in between the yards, the other dogs, the other people. I'm in between the dog and what's going on over there. So if there was a fence right here while we're walking down the sidewalk and somebody's got a dog and it comes charging out, going crazy, ballistic, barking and growling and acting like a fool, I'm in between the two dogs. And it makes it easier for my dog to see that I'm in control of the situation also. She is just walking like an absolute dream. Now I do have her on a 25-foot lead, which a lot of the times I just let her drag the lead. But I also, when we're walking, I want her to get used to feeling me on the other end of that leash. Because if I want to take her out into public, I want her to understand what it means when she feels a little bit of pressure on that leash. Down. Very good. You notice we're not using treats this time. We've taken the treats away. I want her to listen to my voice and I want her to pay attention to me. Now this doesn't mean that I won't go inside, do this and bring the treats back into it and make it more fun for her and reinforce that drive, that food drive also. Treats are not a bad thing to use, but you can't rely on them all the time. So when I'm out here with my dogs, I have a pouch full of just dog food is what I use. And when they come, when I call them, I give them a piece of dog food. Something as simple as that, just on your average, everyday living with the dog, is very beneficial, especially if your dog has a high food drive. But right now, I want her to just focus on not pulling and listening to my voice. Because if I take her on a walk at the park or around the neighborhood, I don't want to have to take treats with me all the time. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. You notice I can pet her while she's laying down now, and she's not going all crazy jumping on me. Just practicing good, calm. Me, as the owner, you have to practice having calm but confident body language. And the dog needs to practice being relaxed and under control. So it doesn't matter how wild and crazy your dog is, the more repetitions you do of just this, what I'm doing right here, the more times you do this, you may not see any improvements in the first 2-3 days, but on that 4th day, you're going to see some improvements. And once you start seeing those improvements, then it's smooth sailing from there. And she's doing fantastic. Down. Good girl. I'm going to go ahead and let her off the leash and let her go play. I'm going to do whatever she wants. That's her reward for being good. And we will see you on the next one.